Welcome to Face to Face. Our guests today are IAGB directors Jeyanthi Ghatraju and Tanu Basu. Both of them had been involved with India Association of Greater Boston for a very, very long time. And this year, they have really spearheaded India Day's a very unique celebration, flag hoisting. They have contacted more than 100 towns and cities in the New England area. And they have been able to convince or persuade, I should say, about 35 towns who are going to do the flag hoisting at the India Day. So let us hear from them directly how they come up with this idea and how it happened, what was the process, and how excited they actually. I'm so excited, so I'm sure they'll be more excited than I am, and hope the audience is more excited than three of us are here. So Jeyanthi, let's just start with you. And so how this idea came up and
well,
you guys
it was a team meeting, and then we said India Day is coming up, and our captain Sanjay Gowda comes up with a beautiful, wonderful thought, saying that we want to raise flags. And then Tanu, you want to say how you felt?
Yes, absolutely, Jeyanthi. Honestly, when Sanjay came up with this idea, I was like, okay, this is absolutely non-viable. This is undoable. This is an impossible task to do in the COVID market with the COVID scare. No way. This is not gonna work. And but then I got thinking, the coronavirus outbreak has had profound impact in our daily lives. Social distancing is the new buzzword. Everything is on lockdown, shutdown mode. And with India Day, how do we decentralize our huge celebration that we are so used to? It's all, having India Day celebrated in a grand way is almost synonymous with IAGB. 14,000 people showing up in one centralized place in Boston and doing it. How do we decentralize this? That's when Sanjay's idea started making sense. And I said, why? Why not? Why don't we just go to bring the celebration to the town at a closer reach to people, where they can take pride as they see the Indian flag being hoisted in their respective towns.
So Tanu, one question I had. So how long ago this process started? How many months ago?
2.5 months ago.
Okay.
That's why it's like
the
forever.
time,
yeah.
We started thinking, okay, so the one question we ask is, so do you have a policy? Can you hoist an Indian flag in your town? Do you have a flagpole? These are all the questions that we started asking some 65 plus towns. And many of them, we should say, that came back and said, yes, we are excited. But there are some things that we need to talk about. And there are a few towns that said, well, we have a meeting that we have to go through the Board of Selectmen or, our official process.
Mayor's office,
Mayor's office, and we'll get back to you. And to this day, to this hour, they're still getting back to us.
Mm-hmm. So how many cities and towns have confirmed so far? I heard about 35.
Yes. We are at 35 and 32 where the actual event will be happening. And if we count the other 3 towns where we are trying to do something virtually, or they're not having the flag hoisting, but they'll read the proclamation, like a slightly lower scale.
So you have that the town halls of about at least 32 towns or 35 towns will actually be hoisting the Indian flag there.
Yeah, it's like more like raising the flag.
Raising the flag, yes, yeah, exactly. Raising the flag, yes, yeah. Okay.
Right.
That's absolutely fantastic. Okay.
So
and most of them wrote proclamations too. They, that was another thing. We, as the town,
the other
said
question.
Yes.
So we not only
we pushed.
Yeah. So the proclamation about saying that, this is an India Day in their town.
So we gave them a sample.
Some call it proclamation and some call it certification of recognition.
Sure.
Right.
Recognizing August 15th as the India Day.
Right,
Okay.
right. So they basically there's a small script that precedes where they talk about what India is when it gained independence and who the martyrs are and the social economical development of India, all the good things about India. And so 10 good things about India, and they say hereby we proclaim the August 15th as India Day, which is every time I read each town's proclamation. One came this morning from Wilmington, and every time I read it, Jeyanthi told me it came in, and I started reading it. Goosebumps, goosebumps. It's such a every time it's such a proud thing to read.
And
the
these
very
towns are only
important,
from Massachusetts, or they are from different states in New England?
Oh, we have Hartford, Connecticut, where we
Mhm.
initiated something, and
Nashua too.
one of our partner organizations in Hartford is doing it on our behalf. So that's one. We were in talks with Rhode Island, and also we are having a huge celebration in Nashua, which is
Nashua.
also confirmed.
Yeah, Lata Manjupuri is.
Yeah, Lata Mangipuri
spearheading.
is spearheading that on our behalf and working with us on that. And she has planned an excellent event. Knowing her, I'm sure she'll do a fantastic job at it. And Rhode Island, we tried there as well, and there were some logistic hiccups, so it didn't happen this time. But we have taken a fantastic rain check, and we'll do it next year.
Okay. Now, Jeyanthi, if you can talk a little about the timing, that, what time the flags will be hoisted and raised, and then how people can watch if possible, or how it's going to happen.
So we reached out, and then we have a window of 2 days, August 14th and 15th, because being a Friday, it was a lot easier for the town, with the officials and all the resources to be pulled together.
Mhm.
So August 14th, there are some towns, and we're starting right at 8 a.m. in Waltham, and then
Okay.
it's happening at different time, only because we also have to think about we are 15, 16 people. We have so many towns, so
Sure.
each member has to finish one town and then have the travel time and set up time to go over to the next town. So
Right.
August 14th we have some, and August 15th we have a few.
Okay.
So it starts at 8 o'clock and then it goes on. I know August 15th we are going to go at 1 till 1:30. Actually,
Right.
just confirmed. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what is happening.
Yeah.
And
So like Jeyanthi says, there'll be an envoy of IAGB EC members in all the highways.
So tell me a
I
little bit
have this
about the process. So, for example, at each town hall or city hall, there will be ceremony, and somebody from IAGB or some representative of the organization will be there for the ceremony.
So here's the plan.
Okay.
And you want to talk about it, or should I?
Sure. So the day, the typical day would be, a few representatives, town representatives, town dignitaries, and IAGB dignitaries will gather together in the morning of the day. And then there'll be opening remarks. It's a 15-20 minute, very small, cozy celebration. So the IAGB rep will introduce the town dignitary, thank the town dignitary, and start the speech. The town dignitary will make a welcome speech, and then call for because the host country comes after the guest country. So the town dignitary will call for the Indian anthem to be played and raise the Indian flag, followed by the IAGB representative calling for the American anthem and raising or honoring the American flag. Raising or honoring, because in some towns the flag is permanently raised, the US flag. So we don't need to raise it, but some towns we are raising it to honor the Indian flag raising. And then there will be the proclamation that's going to be read by the town dignitary, and there's going to be thank you and closing remarks by the IAGB rep. So it's a very clean, cozy, small, low-key celebration with the essence of pride and valor that we are trying to.
Now, is there any possibility of you guys going live on the Facebook or YouTube or something for each towns?
Yes, we are currently our team, our Facebook experts and our IT team that we call it within our team, within
Yeah,
our
as we
ECs.
speak,
Currently,
basically.
as we speak, they
Yeah.
are working on it, and we are going to definitely, it's definitely going to be Facebook live. We're going to stream it live on Facebook as each one of us, like Jeyanthi pointed out, we can't be everywhere. So our EC members are going to be representing us and going to these towns. We are going to upload live videos and stream it on Facebook, but we are trying to see how we can do it even better. So right now, that's what we are working at, so that everybody can watch it.
Now I'm going to have a quick quiz for you guys, you girls, and the quiz will be, I'll just say some towns and tell, oh, this town is doing this. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So Nashua.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Worcester.
Yes.
Yes.
Shrewsbury.
Yes.
Yeah.
Burlington.
Yes.
Burlington, Massachusetts, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great. So far, so good. What about Boston?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, wonderful. What, Wellesley?
No.
Lexington?
No. They actually, I must tell you this, that Lexington was very eager to do it.
Mhm.
And a lot of towns, such as Lexington, could not accommodate our request this time because of some flag coding issues that their legal counsel, the town's legal counsel, advised them to take a rain check for this time,
Okay.
because they do not have the policy under COVID guidelines. So
Okay.
unfortunately, some towns such as Lexington couldn't do it this time, but we are going to chase them. We told them next year we are coming after you.
They're going to
I
chase
have two more towns to ask.
Sure,
So
go
one
ahead.
is, what about Providence, Rhode Island?
No, we talked about it earlier that, we had some logistics things. So we.
Okay, Hartford?
Yeah.
Yes. Our partner organization, Milan, is doing it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Excellent, good.
Yes.
So we scored?
Yeah, fantastic,
Yeah.
absolutely.
How
I
was
think
our score?
this is, I will give, 10 out of 10, frankly speaking, it's incredible. And it really puts right away India on the map in front of these towns, many of whom may not have been approached by any other civic or non-profit organizations. So now my question to both of you is, when you approached these town officials for the first time, what was their reaction? Were they aware about Indian community, or were they aware about this India Day, or what was their first reaction?
My thing was that a lot of them came back and said, we have never done this before, but we are open to doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has approached us, and some of them said we don't have a policy, but so what? We are willing to work with you and come up with a plan to do it. And Tanu, I'm sure you can add to what I said.
Yeah, I completely agree with Jeyanthi. So, Upendraji, what was striking to me was that, like you said, this has never been done before. This was a first time ever. So for any first time ever endeavors, there will be hiccups. It'll not be a smooth path. But we are so delighted to tell you this, because our experience, Jeyanthi and I can write a whole novel and a book on it. And it's all great things, because once you reach, you wouldn't know unless you do it. It goes good for any task. This was a unique task where, when we reached out to towns and opened the channel of communication, majority of the towns were delighted to know about something like this, eager to learn more. Majority of them knows about India and India's activities within the community. A lot of them looked up IAGB, and when they got back to me, they said, oh, I saw your email, I looked you up on the web, and I see you guys do this and do that. Tell us how we can help. And that's why we, every night, our job was to attend Board of Selectmen meeting, or attend a mayor's meeting, or meeting with the city mayor's assistant or something like that. So we attended these calls, and the conversations were so warm and welcoming. Majority of the towns, even the towns that couldn't do it, were so warm and welcoming. Isn't that, Jeyanthi?
Yeah, and
Sure.
one more thing I wanted to add is, there is one town, they're still working on finalizing it. They said, oh, somebody sat in the meeting, oh, from this town that they are doing it, can we do in our town? then they got back to us like yesterday.
Right.
They called,
Yeah.
and then they said, please do this. We want to, and then we will do anything to get this done. So we gave them the
because
latest.
they heard from another town that town was doing it. So they had my email, but their focus went on the email when they heard it from another town. And I was like, that's a great victory, right?
Excellent, yeah.
So make
Okay,
it
now,
work.
Tanu, I have one question for you. Earlier you mentioned that when you were reading the proclamations or letters, you had these goosebumps. I just give me one or two examples of that. How? What
I can actually, give me a second and I can actually, you tell me, Upendra, if you get goosebumps or not, because I'll tell you.
I get quite often, actually.
Morning.
With a very little things, I get a goosebumps, yeah.
No, more than that, you get emotional. While
Yes.
Tanu is picking that up, I will tell you, I'll share this experience.
Sure.
So Sanjay Gowda brought the flagpoles and flag, and we're trying to do that dry run, right? So Tanu, myself, and Sanjay are on our yard, and we said, okay, this is how it's going to go. And then we put the flag up. Oh my God, that moment. Our Indian flag is on my lawn, and then people going by are looking at it. Oh, that was some emotion that I cannot share with you. Oh, you can only feel it.
Okay.
Right.
I just wanted to clarify, just for some of the people who may not know Sanjay Gowda is the president of IAGB. I just wanted to make sure that they know.
Right.
Okay, sure.
Right.
Yes.
So let me read a proclamation, and so you know how it looks like. So proclamation has a certain format. Mm-hmm. Whereas on August 15th, 1947, India gained independence from the United Kingdom following 200 years of colonial rule with peaceful civil disobedience and non-violence. Whereas the Indian Independence Act of 1947 was approved by the British Parliament, which allowed the Constituent Assembly of India to write the Constitution of India and marking the beginning of Indian independence after nearly 2 centuries of British rule. Whereas India's Independence Day is celebrated by over 1.3 billion people with ceremonies and parades. And whereas India has the largest diaspora in the world, with around 18 million Indians living in other countries and 2.4 million Indian immigrants residing in the US, who contribute greatly to the socio-economic and civil health of the nation. And whereas India is a unique cultural mosaic of people, embracing a prodigious diversity of ethnic groups, religions, languages, customs, traditions, clothing, manners, food habits, climatic conditions, and natural resources, and yet presenting an underlying unity. And whereas a youthful country turning 73 this year, independent India has shown an unsurpassed growth in education, health, agriculture, and technology since its independence. And now, therefore, I, XXX, Mayor of the City of X, do hereby proclaim August 15th, 2020 to be India Day and encourage all residents to join the Indian community at large to commemorate the 73rd anniversary of India's independence.
That is fantastic. That's excellent.
Right?
Yeah, I can understand.
So it's like, I'm telling you, I really cannot tell you how I feel, how proud I feel, and I'm sure Jeyanthi resonates that thought. It's like I have goosebumps right now every time. I've read it like
I think they should already put on the, I hope IAGB is going to put all those on the websites of IAGB.
Yes, we are working on it.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
We are.
So now, because we're running out of time, I have one, Jeyanthi, your last word on this flag hoisting India Day 2020.
Yes. Come, enjoy, but in the safety of your own homes. And that is the key, because we want to, we have insisted on, following the guidelines of the COVID-19, respecting all the authorities whatever have been put out there. But let's enjoy, let's rejoice, and understand and appreciate with pride where we come from.
Tanu, your last word.
Well, to resonate with what Jeyanthi was just saying, that we urge everybody to enjoy this virtually. from the comfort of their homes. The reason we did this was to really respect and acknowledge COVID safety and COVID guidelines. The world is in a place where it's a humongous crisis that we are all in together globally, and celebration doesn't stop. The show must go on. So we are doing a show. We are bringing it to your homes to enjoy from the comfort of your homes, while we do it in a very low key. And as Jeyanthi said, what more pride to embrace and culminate your home country's native origin and your adopted country's rules, regulations, culture. So very, very proud moment for all of us to be talking to you about it. And 2 days of pride on the 14th and 15th, going to towns to do this. I feel privileged.
One more thing I want to say is,
Sure.
if you see any of your IAGB EC envoy, it's going to be on any of the major highways, say hi to them.
Yes,
Excellent.
wave at us.
Sure. So, Jeyanthi, thank you very much for joining me today. So it was great talking to you. Tanu, same thing with you. And I'm really excited what you guys have done. And it's a great accomplishment for the Indian American community in a very, very long time.
Thank
And
you,
have
Bendraji.
really made a history, I must say that. Absolutely, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you so much,
Bendraji.
and all
Thank
the
you
best.
so much. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Okay.
Pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.